My name is Ethan Carter, and I never expected to become the center of the most important event in galactic history. I was just a human engineer, not a soldier, not a diplomat, not a prince. Certainly not someone worthy of an alien princess. At least, that's what I thought. The Galactic Union was celebrating its 10,000th year of existence. To mark the occasion, the rulers of hundreds of civilizations gathered on the capital world of Aetheris. The greatest event of the century was scheduled during the celebration. Princess Liriana, heir to the Celestial Empire, had finally agreed to choose a mate. That announcement alone shook the galaxy. Liriana wasn't merely beautiful. She was legendary. Her silver eyes glowed like stars. Her intelligence surpassed the finest minds in known space. Her family controlled thousands of systems and possessed technology, centuries beyond everyone else. Kings wanted alliances with her. Emperors dreamed of marrying into her bloodline. Entire civilizations hoped to gain influence through her future husband. Naturally, the galaxy's most powerful men arrived to compete for her hand. The candidates included princes, war heroes, genius scientists, wealthy magnates, and even a few legendary explorers. Everyone expected one of them to win. Nobody expected a human, especially not me. I was on Aetheris because my company had been contracted to repair a malfunction inside the Grand Orbital Palace. The palace was an engineering masterpiece. Millions of systems operated together, flawlessly, or at least they were supposed to. 3 days before the choosing ceremony, a critical energy relay failed. Dozens of alien engineers attempted repairs. All failed. Eventually, someone suggested bringing in a human. Humans had earned a reputation throughout the galaxy. We weren't the strongest species. We weren't the smartest. But we were stubborn. When everyone else gave up, humans kept trying. So I got the job. The relay was buried beneath hundreds of kilometers of machinery. After 20 exhausting hours, I finally discovered the problem. The original designers had overlooked a tiny resonance effect, an impossible mistake. Yet there it was. I modified the system and restored power. The palace came back online instantly. My reward was a simple thank you and temporary access to the upper levels of the palace. I considered that a win. The next evening, while exploring a quiet observation deck, I encountered someone standing alone beneath the stars. At first, I didn't recognize her. She wore simple silver robes without royal insignias. Her long white hair drifted gently in the artificial breeze. She seemed lost in thought. "Beautiful view," I said. She turned toward me. Silver eyes, perfect features, an unmistakable aura of authority. My heart nearly stopped. "Princess Liriana," I immediately bowed. "Your Highness." To my surprise, she laughed. "Please stand. I'm tired of people bowing." That wasn't what I expected. Most stories described royalty as distant and arrogant. Liriana seemed neither. For nearly an hour we talked. About stars, about technology, about exploration, about humanity. I noticed something strange. She seemed genuinely curious. Not the polite curiosity of a ruler. Real curiosity. She asked hundreds of questions. Why did humans take risks? Why did we explore dangerous worlds? Why did we keep trying after failure? Why did we help strangers even when it wasn't profitable? I answered honestly, because that's who we are. When our conversation ended, she smiled. "Thank you, Ethan." Then she walked away. I assumed that would be the end of it. I was wrong. The following day, she found me again, then again the next day. Soon we were spending every free moment together. We visited museums, explored ancient archives, discussed science and philosophy. The more time we spent together, the more I realized she was lonely. Everyone treated her as a symbol, an icon, a future empress. Very few treated her as a person. When I spoke to her, I didn't see a princess. I saw Liriana. Apparently that mattered. Then came the choosing ceremony. The grand hall contained representatives from every major civilization. Thousands filled the audience. Billions watched through galactic broadcasts. The atmosphere was electric. One by one, the candidates approached the throne. Each delivered speeches. Each presented gifts. Each promised power and loyalty. Liriana rejected them all, politely, firmly. without hesitation, a prince from the Orion Kingdom, rejected, a celebrated war hero, rejected, a trillionaire industrial magnate, rejected, the son of a galactic emperor, rejected. Confusion spread through the crowd. Whispers filled the chamber. Nobody understood. The list of candidates ended. The hall fell silent. The master of ceremonies stepped forward. Princess Liriana, no candidate remains. Shall the ceremony conclude? For a moment she said nothing. Then she stood. Her silver eyes scanned the audience. Finally they stopped on me. My stomach dropped. No, absolutely not. This couldn't be happening. The entire galaxy turned to look. Thousands of eyes fixed on a confused human engineer standing near the back wall. Liriana descended from her throne. Step by step, the silence became unbearable. She stopped directly in front of me. Then she smiled, the same smile I'd seen during our conversations. I choose him. The galaxy exploded. Gasps echoed throughout the hall. Several dignitaries nearly fainted. Reorders practically lost their minds. The master of ceremonies looked ready to suffer a system failure. Even I couldn't speak. Your Highness, I managed. Why? She looked at me as though the answer were obvious. Because every other candidate wanted the empire. Her voice carried throughout the chamber. They wanted power, influence, wealth, or prestige. She turned toward the audience. Ethan never asked for any of those things. Then she looked back at me. He treated me like a person. The hall remained silent. He repaired our systems when everyone else failed. She continued. He helps others without expecting rewards. He faces impossible problems and refuses to surrender. He values people over status. Her expression softened, and for the first time in my life, someone spoke to me honestly. I didn't know what to say. The truth was simple. I had never tried to impress her. I had simply been myself. Apparently, that mattered more than royal bloodlines. The leaders of the galaxy debated for weeks afterward. Many opposed the decision. Others supported it. Yet no one could challenge the princess's choice. The laws were clear. The heir alone determined her future partner. Eventually, the controversy faded. Results spoke louder than politics. Together, Liriana and I accomplished things nobody expected. Human engineers and celestial scientists combined their knowledge. New technologies transformed countless worlds. Trade expanded. Conflicts decreased. Former rivals became allies. Humanity gained respect throughout the galaxy. Not because we conquered anyone, not because we possessed superior weapons, but because the galaxy finally understood something important. The greatest strength of humanity wasn't our technology. It wasn't our military. It wasn't our intelligence. It was our character, our determination, our willingness to see individuals instead of titles. Years later, as Liriana prepared to become Empress, she stood beside me on the same observation deck where we first met. The stars glittered across the darkness. So, she said with a smile, do you regret talking to a stranger that night? I laughed. Not even a little. She rested her head against my shoulder. You changed my life, Ethan. I shook my head. No, I looked at the endless sea of stars. We changed the galaxy. Far below us, thousands of ships crossed the heavens. Human ships, alien ships, all traveling together. A future nobody had imagined. A future built not by princes, emperors, or conquerors, but by a simple conversation between an alien princess and a human engineer. And that, perhaps, was the most human victory of all. Humanity first. Not because humans ruled the stars, but because we reminded the stars what truly mattered.